So our course name is Microsoft Azure Infrastructure Management using the Terraform. Okay. So before I begin, let me have a quick
Yes, from the break.
Guys, please can you mute yourself if you're not speaking anything? Okay, thanks. So let's have a quick introduction from my side. My name is Rajat, and I am a Microsoft certified trainer. I have conducted more than 100 plus training sessions on Microsoft Azure for up to 2,000 participants from the various multiple corporates. Okay, I have delivered the trainings in multiple various vendors, offline, both online as well. And I'm a content creator on Instagram, largest community page, that is your Microsoft Azure Cloud. Okay, so the page which you have come from their reference, like to here, so that is owned by me and my company, that is Azure Made Easy. Okay, I've written certain blogs on Azure, and I'm an active member on various technical community. So overall, the certification which I possess is Microsoft certified trainer. I'm the Microsoft certified trainer. I am 104 certified, and I am also a Microsoft solution architect expert. Okay, so this is a certification which I possesses, and every years, like from past 5 years, I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. Okay. So if you consider about my overall years of experience, so overall years of experience, I'm having 9 years of total experience, where the 7+ years is totally into the corporate trainer. Okay, so you are in the safe hands, you can say. Okay, so those who don't know what is Microsoft Certified Trainer, so Microsoft Certified Trainer is a particular certification which will help you to gain the insights and provide the training in the outside world. Okay, so those things are there. So guys, just a minute. Can you please, Kumar? Can you please mute yourself? Actually, if you're not speaking, please. Okay, guys, if you're not speaking, please mute yourself. It will be creating a disturbance, please. Okay, yeah, thank you. Got got it. So this is about my overall experience which I am having. Okay. Now, before I start with the first content on this particular challenges, what we are having in the additional IT world and all those things, I wanted to brief you about why we are learning the Terraform. The first is why we are learning the Terraform. Okay, why we are learning the Terraform. Let's understand that. So I will take an example of this beautiful diagram to show you what is happened uh, in the traditional infrastructure environment. So please focus my cursor, which I am having, okay, and we'll go through the explanation. Let's suppose I am telling you about a certain project. Let's suppose there is a certain project that is onboarded onto the on-premise. I'm talking about the on-premise. I'm talking about the on-premise. Now, those who don't know what is on-premise is certain infrastructure which is managed by the client and customer itself. Either client is managing by their own or the users are managing by their own. Let's suppose you have a business in your home, okay, and you are managing that business. You are the owner of that business, okay. So your building plot size, your project rate, everything like electricity, furnitures, everything is being managed by you. That is called as on-premise. Before the cloud has came into picture, we have certain thing terminology that is called on-premise thing. Okay. Now that on-premise has been managed by the client or the users by their own. Clear? Now everyone got it? The meaning of on-premise. Okay. So on-premise is a word that is being managed by the customer managing. Cloud vendor is not managing. Azure, AWS is not managing. It is managed by the client or users. Now let's understand. Let's suppose there is a certain requirement which a business people or business giants come into picture. Okay. Can like so here you can see that. So guys, are you able to hear me, right? Or is it not audible?
Yes, Rajat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
able
So
to hear you. Yeah.
those who are facing the problem with their headset, or they can rejoin it, I guess. Okay. So they can try to rejoin it. Okay. So let's start with it. And here, what I'm saying that let's suppose a couple of the business, the people, Means they want to set up their infrastructure. Let's suppose a particular company wants to set up their infrastructure in the on-premise. They come up with the idea and they went to the business analyst for analyzing their business. Now, business analyst analyzes their business and they have reached out to the solution architect for designing their design, for creating the servers, for creating the infrastructure architectural diagram. So this person, what they are creating? They are creating the infrastructure architectural diagram. Means they are creating some drawing, right? Even if today you want to construct a house, you will go to the architect to design the sketch, right? So this person will construct the design or the architectural diagram. Now, once that architectural diagram is clear and all those things happen, they are created, they will give it to the procurement team. Procurement team is that team which will decide that how many field engineers will be there, how many system network engineers will be there, so and so. Means they will be responsible for aligning the whole architect team. They will be responsible for analyzing the architect team, okay, and the various administrators. So here, if you see that, if you see that the procurement team will went to the procurement team will went to the field engineers, network administrator, then the project, then the it will be handed over to the storage admin, backend admin, and all those things happen. So guys, what I am telling you, what I'm trying to explain you here is that you started with this idea, then you come to the business analysts come to the solution architect, they have given their project to the procurement team, they have handed over this business to the field engineers, and so and so. Means basically what is your project? You wants to deploy certain application on the physical machines. You want to deploy certain infrastructure on the physical machines. So that is what it is been going from one to here and to here. Okay. Now, once all these step is been passed, the procurement team will hand it over to the application team to use it. Okay. To use it. But in all these process guys, first of all, it is a slow deployment. Yes or no? It will be a very slow deployment. One by one, it will take over the weeks or the months like that. That too, it will be expensive also. Expensive, why? Because these are the physical, everyone needs some, they need to pay for the field engineers, they need to pay for the network administrator, cable, router, switches, all those things, right? There is no scope for the automation. Means you cannot automate this process, right? How would you automate this process? You can't automate this process. There will be high chances of the human error also. There will be high chances of the human error, right? And the resources will be wasted, and also the inconsistency. So this model is not going to work in the longer run. This model is not going to work in the longer run. Are you able to hear me? Are you able to get it what I'm saying? Is it clear, guys? Means this physical approach is not going to work for the longer period of time. Okay. Now, how to get over to this? Then what happened? Instead of this word on premise, what came into picture, guys? We have got cloud in the picture. So cloud vendors say that Microsoft Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, all these are cloud vendors. And they say that, sir, you do not need to worry about all these steps. You do not need to worry about all these steps. It will be done in couple of hours or even in the minutes also, or even in the seconds also, right? So these things can be achieved with the cloud as very fast approach. Are you getting, guys? What is the difference between on-premise and the cloud? Yes or no? Just tell me. Everyone. Anyone having any doubt?
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Clear? So you can understand that earlier going with this particular vendor, we are going with this particular vendor or any of the vendor you can choose. Okay, any of the vendor you can choose and you can get it. Okay, so Azure, AWS, GCP, like that, and you can deploy. But now the customer is satisfied and they can deploy using the any of the cloud vendor. Yeah. Hello.
Hello,
We
Rajat.
can't hear you.
Yeah, yeah, we can't hear him, right? Yeah. Yes, yes. Sorry, actually there was some network glitch. Yeah. Now able to hear me? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So what I was saying that we are having the particular Azure or AWS or the cloud vendors to support this. But guys, what is happening here also there is some limitations. Here also there is some limitation. Let's suppose you have login to portal.azure.com. Okay. You have logged into portal.azure.com and you are going manually creating the 50 servers. Is it possible? No. Can you create 50 servers in using the portal? It is, I know it is fast, but it is not that much fast key. You should rely on this deployment model. Are you getting everyone? So tomorrow, if you want to make some changes on this server, this server, are you going to again go to the portal and do the changes? Yes or no? No, right? Means we can't simply go to the portal. And let's suppose I want to push any changes to 50 servers. Just answer my this question. That is in the cloud. These 50 servers are into the cloud, and I want to push these 50 servers. I want to push this 50, some updates to this 50 servers. Is it convenient to go to this portal.azure.com and push it? No, right?
Yes, yes.
Correct? Correct? It is
Yes.
not possible, right? So in that case, we need some kind of automation. In that case, we need some kind of tool that will help us to overcome this. And for that, we are using something called as infrastructure as a code. What we are using? Infrastructure as a
As a
code.
code.
Yes. So infrastructure as a code means if you want to see, if you want to get, let's suppose this is your infrastructure. And if you get a code for this infrastructure, it is very easy to deploy and to redeploy or to make changes, isn't it? Right? So that is can be done with the help of infrastructure as a code. Okay. So we are going to learn about that in our upcoming slides. Now, let's understand what we are having in the particular part. So let's understand what is infrastructure as a code. So infrastructure as a code, this is just an image I have taken from your maybe as an AWS vendor. Okay, so you can see that they have some. Don't worry. Yeah, yeah. You want to ask something, guys? No. Okay. So please mute, guys, if you are not having any question. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm saying that you can see that what is this? So what I'm saying that you can see there, this is an AWS console. If you have seen it, the AWS console, then it's fine. Otherwise, no issue. We will be talking about in the Azure terms. You can see that I have something instance, variable count, vCode, CPUs, everything. But these things can be written in the some piece of code. Okay. These things can be written in some piece of code. Okay, so what I'm saying that you can see that we have the instance type, we have the variable, we have the vCore CPU, we have the memory, we have the particular type of the instance, and we can write it by we can derive it in the basis of this particular code. That is called infrastructure as a code. Don't worry if you don't
Uh,
understand this.
hi,
Yeah,
hi, Rajat.
yes,
Actually,
yes.
is it a bash code or something?
Yeah, it's a bash only, but I'm just showing the as an infrastructure as a code. Don't worry about this.
Okay,
So it is just like a
okay.
replication of these things. So if you don't know any
Mm-hmm.
single line also, no worries that we are not going to deal it. We are going to deal with the
Mm.
Azure code. So don't worry about that. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So yeah. So what I'm saying that here you can see that this is an AWS console, and here you can deploy like this. But here in the same way you can go and deploy this thing in a code also. So that is what. First, understand what is infrastructure as a code. Infrastructure as a code. Infrastructure as code. Infrastructure as code. What is infrastructure? Infrastructure as code. Infrastructure as code. Okay. So we are replicating the same thing in our coding language. Trust me, when I say coding language, you do not need to learn any syntax out of it. The way I will teach you, you just need to type and it will automatically populate. You do not need to worry about anything. Okay, you will realize it once we complete this today's session, how easy it is, the Terraform. Okay, so anyone having any doubt till now? Are we good? Clear? No?
Yes.
All okay?
Good.
Perfect. Yeah. So now let's start with the infrastructure as a code. Now you got it. What is infrastructure as a code? Now, what are the tools who provide you infrastructure as a code? As an example, so we can understand that we have so many tools which is coming with the infrastructure as a code. Docker, Ansible, Terraform, our main tool. CloudFormation, Packer, Vagrant, Packer, SaltStack, Puppet, Chef, one more, Chef, right? All these things can help us for the infrastructure as a code. Means whenever we want to configure anything, whenever we want to monitor anything, whenever we want to deploy anything, we do have something called as infrastructure as a code. Okay, so that is what our approach is. First, always learn that one by one. If you understand the concepts, then only you will be able to get those things. Okay, so we will be having infrastructure as a code. Okay, now what are they? What are these things? And we will understand in our other part. Let's understand what are the types of IAC, that is types of infrastructure as a code. Okay, so let's understand about that. Now I can understand that these images you are seeing, this one, all these images you are seeing, but can we group them together in some different criteria? Means I want to group into a particular line one by one. How I can group them? Means these are the tools, okay, but I can group them into the separate category. I can group these tools into the separate category. How I can do that? We can group them into the three categories. We can group them into the three main different categories. What are they? Configuration management, server templating, provisioning tools. Okay. So this is your interview question. This is being asked in multiple interviews, that what are the different types of IAC tools available in the market. So if you categorize and speak on your answer, it will be really going to help you. So first, second, and third. Configuration management. Configuration management, Ansible, Puppet, and Chef. Configuration management is one category. Server templating is another category. Provisioning tools is another category. Okay. Now, what are they? But just learn, just understand what are they useful and which category under they are following. Let's understand one by one. First is your configuration management. Configuration management means when your system is ready, please understand what I'm saying. When, let's suppose, I have one server that is ready, and handed over to the customer, I want to install or manage some kind of software inside a particular machine. In that case, we can use any of the configuration management. Means I am not creating newly. Please understand, I am not creating newly, but I can install and manage the software. If something is ready, I can manage the standard structure of the code. And also, I can manage the version controls. Version control means, let's suppose there is some piece of code written over here, okay, that is version 1. Another developer comes and write another piece of code, that is version 2, right? So if you want to manage both of the code together, that is called as version control. Understood? Got it? So if I am right, means it can be used to uh, get your code and involve it into the repository, and that is called as version control. Okay, and so everyone got is what is version control? Multiple coders, multiple developers writing their code and managing their versions. So that can be done help with this configuration management tool also. Everyone understood what is version control? Yes or no? Understood, guys? Clear? Anyone having any doubt, questions? No? Yes or no?
No doubt, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, okay. Now, if this is the version control has been there, now what is idempotent? Idempotent means, let's suppose whatever the change, let's suppose I have written some Ansible script in JSON or YAML format, whatever the format I have written it, okay, and I am writing and deploying this script, running this script. Let's suppose this script is written for multiple things, but it is used to update only, let's suppose a particular update a server. Means I have written a particular script to update the server only. Now that script will update the server only. Are you getting my point? Okay, let's understand like this. Here I have created a particular machine, that is VM1, and I have written a particular script. Now guys, that script is having all the parameters of creation also, okay, everything, and update also. Now our main focus is the update. So this script will only update the server. It will not create a new VM. That's what I am trying to say. Means what I'm saying that idempotent means whatever the job role of this script is meant to be, it will do that function only, irrespective of whatever it is written. So that is called as idempotent. Got it? So that is called as configuration management tool. Okay. The main thing what you need to understand here is that you need to understand this particular criteria. Okay. Okay. So here, if you go back, you can see that configuration management, okay, and server templating provisioning tools. Okay. So here, what I'm trying to say here is that idempotent is, let's suppose I have deployed something. Yes, I have deployed something, but it is not updated properly. So if you're running this Ansible script once again, that it will override, and yes, it will apply the changes. That's correct. Okay. So that is what is being there in the configuration management tool. Okay. Got it? Now, second thing is your server templating. Second word is your server templating. Server templating, what do you mean by the server templating? Server templating means if you want to create a particular Docker image or some kind of virtual machine images or Docker images. Let's suppose I am saying that I want to create this virtual machine image. Okay. And or I want to create some particular Docker. Docker is used for the containerization. Means on the top of the Docker, you can create the containers. Okay, if you know, but if you don't know, no worries in that. I'm just telling you the meaning of that. So this server templating tool is to use to create the multiple custom images. Just understand like this. It is used to create the custom images. Okay, so you can create a new virtual machine image and you can deploy the server. Let's suppose to understand like this. I have created a VM image from this particular server and I can deploy a new server with this particular VM image. Are you getting my point? I have a VM01. Okay. I have extracted this VM image from this particular VM and now I can use this VM to create a new server. Got it? So that is what the server templating tools can be helpful. Am I clear, guys? Yes or no? Got it?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. Now, this is second thing. Now, our main thing which we need to understand is the provisioning tools. Okay, so that is what, if you want to provision your infrastructure, if you want to deploy your infrastructure, in that case, we are having Terraform. So Terraform is a particular tool that can provision your infrastructure resources. Let's suppose today you want to deploy a resource group. you can deploy. Today you want to deploy the virtual machine, you can deploy. Storage account, you can deploy. Anything you can deploy using this Terraform. Okay, so Terraform is being developed by the company named HashiCorp. Okay, Terraform is a tool developed by the HashiCorp company. Okay, so we will study more about the Terraform in our subsequent slides. Okay, and it can be able to work. So in the provisioning tools, what we are having Terraform and the CloudFormation. So guys, what is happening? Please, you can note it down for your interview perspective also. CloudFormation can only worked with AWS. Can only work with AWS. Please note it down. CloudFormation is a tool that can be only working with the AWS, but Terraform is a tool that can work with your Azure, your AWS, your GCP, your other providers also. That is what it is called as provisioning tools. Okay, so we can deploy the server, database, network component, and whatnot. We can deploy anything with the help of provisioning tools. Clear, guys? Okay, so what is the difference between how it is better than ARM or biceps? I will explain that after once our session is going to end. Why? Because that question answer means one of the participant has asked in the chat, that is how it's better than ARM or bicep. So we are going to explain them in the practical itself. Okay, so this is about the Terraform which we have understood. Got it? Clear? So for an knowledge perspective, what is very much required, please remember this slide if you are preparing for an interview where it is mentioned for the Terraform, configuration management, server templating, and the provisioning tools. Okay, so that is required. Clear? Anyone having any doubt till now? No? Are you good? Okay. Anyone having any doubt? No doubt?
No,
Clear?
sir. No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Clear.
Okay. Let's understand about what is Terraform. So Terraform has double R in its spelling. So to always consider each aspect of what you are learning. Okay, even in the spelling also. So Terraform is having double R in its spelling. Okay, yeah. So Terraform is an open source tool that is developed by the HashiCorp. HashiCorp is a company. They have developed a tool that is called as Terraform. So what does it mean by the term called as open source? Open source means this is a tool which can be utilized by the multiple vendors, multiple cloud providers, multiple things, right? So that is called as Terraform. It will help you to automate and manage your infrastructure also. It will help you to manage and automate your infrastructure also. Okay. Now, Terraform can be written in a particular language. That language is called HCL. Please note it down. That language is called as HCL. HCL stands for HashiCorp Configuration Language. Okay, so language stands for HashiCorp Configuration Language, and you can use it to build your infrastructure on the multiple cloud environments. Okay, so what is Terraform? You got it. Terraform is an IAC tool. IAC means infrastructure as a code tool that can automate and manage your infrastructure. And which language? This is most important question asked in the interview. When I am saying that, I mean it. You will realize these things later on. In which language Terraform we can write in HCL or JSON. Some people write the code in JSON also. JavaScript object notation language. What is HCL? I will explain you. But just note it down for the God's sake, because these questions have been asked in the interview perspective. Okay, so these things are there. Now, so if you see about the Terraform, so if you go to the Google Terraform, if you type, or if you just type Terraform in the Google, so Terraform site is this. You can see Terraform www.terraform.io. This is a URL. Okay. And here, if you go down, you can see deliver infrastructure as a code. All those things are there. So if you can see Terraform. So if you want to explore more about the Terraform, you can explore it. I will just paste it in the chat. This is the link. So it has been developed by the HashiCorp. You can see this is Terraform. On the top, it is written HashiCorp, and this is a symbol of Terraform. Okay. Yeah. Now, so why Terraform? Because Terraform can be utilized with the various vendors, various things. Now, here you can understand that Terraform can be used to deploy your infrastructure on the physical machines or in the VMware environment or in the AWS environment, GCP environment, Azure environment, multiple things we can deploy our infrastructure using the Terraform. Okay, we can deploy multiple infrastructure using the Terraform. Okay, so those aspects are necessary. Okay. Now let's understand about the Terraform providers. Now, what do you mean by the Terraform providers? Okay, let's see what are the Terraform providers. So Terraform providers is being categorized into the three categories, guys. First is your official providers, that is your AWS, GCP, Azure, multiple salt stake, physical server. Some we are having that partner providers. Partner providers means they are being deploying F5 networks, Heroku, DigitalOcean database, multiple aspects of their resources using this Terraform. So they are called as partner provider. But if you look for the community provider, they are also contributing to this community. Okay, so we have three type of provider: official providers, verified provider. So now, what do you mean by the word provider? Please understand. What do you mean by the word provider? First, provider means, let's suppose this is my Azure, this is my AWS, and this is my Terraform. Now, how my Terraform will know that the code is coming from the Azure or the code is coming from the AWS? How they will know? It will be known by the provider. Which provider I am coming from? Are you getting my point? So if I want to know the provider, I want to define that provider, whether I am coming from the Azure side or AWS side or even from the GCP side. Is it clear, guys? Now everyone knows what do you mean by the word provider? Means Terraform is a separate tool. How the Terraform knows which tool you are coming from? So that can be understood with the help of provider. Yes or no? Just tell me. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Clear? Now, if you go to the portal, if I go to the portal, so it's very simple. If you just type registry.terraform.io, okay? So this is a registry, this is a website which of the Terraform, which is giving you the code. So if you see, there is an option called providers. Click on the providers and you can see that we have multiple provider: Azure, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, Kubernetes, Alibaba, Oracle, all those things. See, these are the multiple things. See, if you want to deploy the DNS directly, since it is an open source, Terraform is an open source, right? So it not only rely on your these provider, it will be also giving the code for the multiple things. See, if you want to deploy the DNS, if you want to deploy the cloud control, Helm, Nomad, local, HashiCorp, multiple things are there. See, multiple things. Partner providers, we have multiple partner providers. Alibaba and Cloud Stack Network, LEB. So if you see here, they have the three category. That's what I told. So always remember this thing for as well as for your interview as perspective also. So why I'm telling you every time for this interview, because at the end of this course our main target is to get a job into the Terraform industry and to get a lot of insights out of it. Okay, so here you can see that in the partner, in the community network, you can see that if I select only official, only these things are coming. But if I select only partner and remove the official, you see only partner providers are coming. Okay. See, Dell, Apex, HP, NXData, multiple Aquasec also. So every code you can write it in the Terraform. Why we can write it in the Terraform? Because it is infrastructure as a code, right? We can deploy our infrastructure using it. If you select only the community, you can select the community and see the community providers is there. Okay, so those things. Now so these are called as providers actually. Okay, these are called as providers. Anyone having any doubt? So this is a site which you can refer it. That is your Terraform. I will paste it in the chat. Okay, so you can refer it. Cool. Anyone having any doubt? Any questions for me?
No.
Perfect. Okay. So now this is so we can have a particular Azure provider. So Azure provider name is Azure RM. Our Azure provider name is Azure RM. So if I wanted to explore more about it, if you see, if I click on AWS, my AWS provider is AWS, right? Similarly, if I go to this Azure side, my AWS and my Azure provider is Azure RM. Okay, so this is a provider name. One by one we will learn, right? So remember the name of the provider, that is Azure RM. And what is the provider name of GCP? That is Google. Okay, GCP is a Google cloud platform, just like an Azure or AWS. Okay, so our main provider is Azure RM. Okay, trust me when I'm saying that it is simple, I really mean it, and you will see that in our today's practical. Okay, so this is about the our particular code. Okay, now let's understand about that. This is about now our next topic is HCL language basics. Our next topic is your HCL language basics. How we are writing the HCL, HashiCorp configuration language. Okay. So guys, whenever we need to define anything, first of all, understand like this. So when we will start writing the code or when we will start developing a code, we will be first writing it in the form of a word that is called as resource. That is called as resource. After that, we are writing it in the form of Azure RM resource group and then followed by the new RG. Okay, so before I head over to this particular slide, what I will do, I will make your life easier. How I can make your life easier? What we will do, we will first go and download, something which is required. Okay, so here, first of all, if you type this word Terraform download, we have gone through this particular URL to install the Terraform. One by one, we will see it. Now we will see more on the practical approach. Install Terraform. So you can install the Terraform into your Mac OS, if it is a Mac OS, AMD 64 version, depending upon that. If you have the Windows machine, you can install with the 64 latest laptops is this one. Means Windows, this one you need to download it. Once you click on download, it will begin downloading this Terraform files. It will begin downloading this Terraform files. Okay, see, it will begin downloading this Terraform files. Now, once you download this Terraform files, what you can do, you can you can create this particular location for your Terraform. See, under the C drive, under the root drive, just create one folder named as Terraform. Okay, don't do it now. We will give you a time later on. Okay, after this session you can do it. But what I'm saying that just create a simple new folder in the C drive with the name of Terraform. Okay, with the name of Terraform. Okay, now once you click on this, so what I will do, I will I will copy this, cut it over there, and I will go to here, Terraform, paste it over here. Okay. So inside that, I will explore extract files here. Okay. I have extracted these files over here. Okay. Now guys, what it will do, it will, once you extract it, it will give you this Terraform file over here, exe file. Okay. Now what you need to do, you need to open your CMD command prompt and right click on it and run as an administrator. Okay. CD. So what I am trying to do, I am trying to install the Terraform first on my local server. Okay. CD dot dot. If you do CD dot dot, it will just go one step back directory. CD space Terraform. Just give the correct spelling. Okay. Give the correct spelling. So CD space Terraform, and I'm into this directory. Okay. Now if you type ls, it will list. Sorry. If you type terraform.exe, it will execute your Terraform. See? So what I did, I have understand like this. I have went to my Terraform directory. See, Terraform directory, this one, and I have just given the path for this particular file. Understood? How I have given the path? You can see I have given the path as dot slash terraform.exe is the file name, and I have installed this file. You can see Terraform. So I have got this particular, all these Terraform installed under my Terraform directory. So if I wanted to check the version also, just type Terraform space hyphen version. So it will tell me which version of Terraform is installed. Is it clear, guys? How to install the Terraform? It's very simple. You can refer this link. I will mention in the bio, the description also. Okay. So this is one step of installing the Terraform on your Windows. Similarly, if it is a Mac, you can use Mac laptop, and depending upon that. Anyone having any doubt till now? Clear? Are we clear? Yes or no?
No. Yes.
Clear? Okay. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I can repeat that again. Okay. But I want, instead of going with the slides, I want to do the practical and make ourselves life easier. Okay. Now, this is the one step I have done, install the Terraform. But how I will write the code in my laptop? I need some editor, right? I need some editor to write my code, to edit my code. How I can do that? I can do that with the help of Visual Studio Code. Okay, so I have typed it Visual Studio Code and go to this particular URL. Okay, how many of you have known about this Visual Studio Code, or this is entirely new? You know that, right? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
It's an editor.
Yes.
It's an editor, right? So I'm showing you how to install it. Okay, so I can click on System Installer or Windows Installer. I just click on that. Thank you for downloading Visual Studio Code. It will download my setup file. I'm showing you from each and everything from the basics so that you can understand. It is so simple to learn Terraform. Okay. Yeah. So you can see that Visual Studio Code, it's downloading, and it can be running. Yeah. Perfect. I can see that. I can click on open file. I accept the agreement. Next. Create a desktop icon. Next. Install. So I am installing my Visual Studio Code. So why I am installing this? Because I want to write my Terraform code. I want to deploy the resources using Terraform code. Okay. So let's wait for it to be installed. Okay, you can see that I have the Visual Studio Code installed. Okay, so I can close it. Now, I have installed the Terraform. Just open a notepad. What I have done, I have installed Terraform. I have installed editor, Visual Studio. Okay, now what next? I need to install extensions. I need to install the extensions also. How I can install the extensions? What extensions? Okay, extensions, why I required? Because I want this Visual Studio Code to understand that I am writing some code in Azure or in Terraform. How this Visual Studio Code will know that whether I'm writing the code in my Terraform language, right? So in that case, I will go to this extension and type Terraform. See, under this, in the left hand side, this is the, I guess, fifth option extension, and I've just typed this thing, Terraform. So what you need to do, you need to click on this first, HashiCorp Terraform. You can see, in my case, it is already installed. Why? Because I have already installed it. So you can just click on this install button and it will install it. Okay, HashiCorp Terraform and Azure Terraform. These two things you need to install it. Okay, I will show you from the beginning. I will uninstall it so that you will understand that we are doing from the basics. See what I did, guys. I will show you once again. Come to this extensions, just type Terraform and it will say you that HashiCorp Terraform. Click on this. I have installed the extension. Then click on this Azure Terraform, click on install. It will install the extension. So HashiCorp Terraform and Azure Terraform, these two things I have installed it. Okay, these two things I have installed it. Is it clear, guys? Okay, anyone having any doubt? So why I installed the Terraform? Because my Visual Studio Code will understand that yes, the particular person is going to write the code in the Terraform. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Clear? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay. Now what I will do, I will open a folder. I will open a folder that is your C Terraform select folder. So I will select that folder. Yes, I trust the authors. Okay, I'm trusting the authors. So now in my case, I am having so many files. Okay, but in your case, you will be not having these links, right? So in this case, what you will do, so it is just like an empty folder in your case, only the terraform.exe file will be present. But I am having so many files because I already worked on it. Okay. Now in that case, what I will do, so I will just delete this thing. Okay. Now I will go to this here. Now, one thing, so I have installed the extensions also. This step is also done. Now, I need to create one file that is called main.tf file. Okay. So whenever we are writing any code into the Terraform, we are writing that code in this particular file only. That is the main configuration file.
Rajat,
Yeah.
Rajat,
Hello. Yes.
just hi, good morning. There's one thing regarding the extensions which I like to make a point.
Yeah.
Ideally, if you can go to extension, sorry everybody, my apologies there. I always burst the bubble. Now, normally extensions when you see, I mean when we work, I don't use Azure Terraform. I use only Terraform HashiCorp. That's it.
Oh,
But
okay.
HashiCorp Terraform, what I've seen is that every configuration, every file is already there. So you don't have to
Yes.
actually utilize Azure Terraform. But it is not hard and fast rule that you don't have to install that. You can install both. But this is one point
Yes.
I
Yes.
wanted to make.
Yes, 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 it's correct. Because why I'm installing both of them? Because some of the library files directly from the Azure side will be automatically imposed into this editor. That's why. So for the safer side, then it's for the very first time. So we are just installing both of them. So yeah, what Sudeep sir has told, that is also correct. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for that. Okay. That is what actually we are trying to see here is that so we have created a particular extensions here in this Terraform. If you see, we have installed the extensions and all. Now, our main type is main work is we need to create the main.tf file. Okay, we need to create that main.tf file. So how we can create it? So if you go here and what I tell, you need to open the folder. Okay, come and you can type that particular Terraform, and here you can particular type the Terraform, so it will open the folder. Okay, 1 second, just give me a minute. Yeah, this is the Terraform. Okay, so in this folder, what I was trying to say here is that we need a particular file that is called as main.tf. So that will be your configuration file. Okay, so I will create one. Okay, main.tf file, I will create it one. Okay, you can rename it, or you can do one thing, you can save it this with the uh just give me a minute. Yeah, so yes, you can see that earlier it was text file. If I zoom it, you can see that our Terraform icon has came in before this main.tf. Our Terraform icon has came. Okay, now let's understand that how we are writing this file. In a very simple words, I will tell you how we will write this file into our editor. So if you go to just this particular link, that is registry.terraform.io, okay, there is something called as browse provider. Okay, you can see that you can click on this Azure. Okay, you can click on this Azure and you can click on this use provider. So use provider will give you this particular kind of syntax which will tell that this is the Terraform, and that Terraform which provider is coming, Azure RM. Okay, so what I will do, I will copy this particular uh, code and I will paste it over here. Okay, what is this? Understand like this. Our main file will be starting with the word Terraform colon, sorry, bracket, and then required provider. Required provider will tell that what are the required providers needs to be there. What is this file all about? So if I type of the required provider, I will be having something called as Azure RM. Okay, so Azure RM means Azure provider. RM means resource manager. Azure RM means resource manager. So our resource provider name is Azure RM. Okay, so you do not need to remember anything. So what I did, I have gone through this Azure RM provider and sources from where this resource RM provider is coming. It is coming from the HashiCorp, that is a company of the Terraform slash Azure RM. And this is a version of the that particular provider. So guys, one thing which you can understand here, today it is 3.99.0. After 1 week, it can be different. It can be the latest version also. Earlier to 1.5 week back, it was 3.98.0. Okay, but today we are doing the practical, it is 3.99.0, right? So every week, or I can say very rapidly, not every week, but very rapidly, it is changing the version. So how you can find it? Always copy the latest version from this registry.terraform.io. Okay, so once you copy this, see, you can copy this and you have pasted it in the this particular editor. But always remember that as this particular scope of this practical, we are saving this in our file, that is main.tf. Okay, so check this particular icon is being important. So you can see before the main.tf, your Terraform icon should be formed. Why? So that you can understand that, okay, this is a main.tf file. Okay, got it? Anyone having any doubt till now? Is it clear? Understood? Any question, any doubt, guys? Clear? Yes, no?
Yes.
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 Okay, cool. So this is one thing which we are having. So we have defined in this particular block, we have defined what are the providers, right? But now this is a syntax which we have there. So let me come to one diagram to draw your attention. Okay. So this is my laptop, or this is my system where I have been uh, working now and showing this practical. This is Azure Active Directory, and this somewhere is Terraform. Now, how this Terraform will connect my this laptop to this Azure Active Directory? Can anyone say? If this Terraform, I'm writing this code in the Visual Studio Code, that is fine. But my next question is how this Terraform will be get connected to this Azure Active Directory, because in order to deploy the resource group also, we need a subscription, right? We need a subscription. We need a particular like a account, Azure portal account. But how I can do that? How I can connect this Terraform with my Azure Active Directory so that I can deploy the things on my laptop Visual Studio Code. Can anyone tell me how I can do that? Mhm. You got my question, right?
We can
So
use our
let
SPN, right? If I got it
yes,
correctly.
yes. Very true, very true, very true. We can use our SPN, but okay, so we can use our SPN for that, right? So if you go here, yeah, if you go here, so what I was trying to say here is that I have this Terraform and this particular Azure Active Directory wherever all the resources are present, right? So I want to connect this Terraform to this particular directory. So I need some particular thing through which I can connect it, right? So in that case, our particular SPN comes into picture. Okay. So those who don't know what is SPN, let me clarify on that. Okay. So what I will do, I will go to my Azure portal and I will click on these three lines, beautiful three lines, okay, option, and I will go to this Microsoft Entra ID. Okay, guys, first understand what I'm saying. I have this account, okay. How I connect this account to my this particular editor, that particular practical I am going to show you now. Okay, so what I will do, I can click on this, I can go to this particular Entra ID, Microsoft Entra ID, and there is something called as app registrations. Okay, so what I am creating something called as, so here I can click on this register. I will first create it and then I will tell you. Click on this new registration, and in the new registration I will type Terraform 1. Okay, this is my SPN. Now what this SPN will do, this SPN or the app registration is just like a kind of an SPN, is another name of the service principal name. What I will do, I will use this SPN to authenticate to this particular ID. Means Terraform will say that I will use this SPN to authenticate to your Azure Active Directory. Means just understand that it is a door. It is a door, and this Terraform is a person who wants to get inside this door. How they can get inside this door? With the help of a key that is called SPN. Now clear? Yes, sir. Is it clear, everyone? This Terraform wants to get inside this door or they get inside this house, you can say, or the room using a key that is called as SPN. Yes or no? Is it
Yes.
clear, guys? Clear?
Yes. Yes.
Got it? Okay. So, but the question is how we will create the SPN. We can create the SPN by going to into the Active Directory here, go to this particular Enter ID and app registrations. and click on new registration. New registration, Terraform 1. Okay. And here, just leave all the options like that. Okay. If you want to use this SPN in the single tenant, multi-tenant, I have selected multi-tenant, but it doesn't matter. Okay. For this practical, I can click on this register. So Terraform 1 is my SPN. See, Terraform 1 is my SPN. See, Terraform 1 is my SPN. Okay. Now I have created this SPN, Terraform 1. Okay. So what I will do, but this SPN, okay, let's understand. I will explain you once. This thing is okay. This is your Azure Active Directory, and on the AD level, you have created the SPN. Okay, you have created the SPN, but still I need a Azure subscription to deploy the resources. Yes or no? My SPN is created on the AD level, but my subscription is there. How would I give access to this? I want to give access to this SPN to this subscription only, right? Yes or no? What I'm saying, this Azure Active Directory is one part, this subscription is another part, okay, of your Azure portal account. I want to give, I have created this SPN on the AD level, and I want to give this SPN access to my subscription. Then only I can deploy my resources. Yes or no? Come on, guys. Yes or no? Are you getting? So we need to assign the role to this particular SPN on this particular subscription. Are you getting? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Got it? Cool. Okay. So what I will do, I will go to this particular subscriptions, come under this Azure MadeEasy subscription, go to this access control. Under this add role assignment, what I will do, I will select the privilege to this SPN. So I can click on this privilege administrator, contributor role, I will give you this and select on next. Okay. User group or service. So this is the way I can give my SPN access to my subscription. I can select the members, user, you can select either user, group or service principal. If you type Terraform, there will be showing Terraform 1. Click on select and review plus assign. So you can see that I am giving Terraform 1 as a SPN, a contributor access to my subscription review plus assign. Okay. So this is, I have given it. You can see my now my SPN is having full access on my subscription, that is on a contributor role. So if you want to view the SPN access, you can click on check access and type Terraform 1. Okay. See what access it is having? It is having the contributor access. This is the way to check the whether a particular user, group or SPN is having the access to the particular subscription or not. Is it clear? Understood? Yes or no? Any doubt, any concern? All clear? Clear? Either you are
Yes.
getting,
Yes.
guys? No.
Yes. Yes.
Getting,
Yes.
right? Okay, perfect. Sure. So this is one thing. Now what I have done, now here, if you see, I have got here my SPN. Now SPN is having access to this particular AD. This is AD already it is created, and the subscription also. Now it is having both the access, means it is present over there. But still the Terraform needs to connect to this thing, right? SPN. Now I need to write that particular code in my Terraform script. Are you getting? I need to include this SPN in my Terraform script, right? Yes or no? So how would I include it? It is very simple. Understand like this. Go to your Visual Studio editor. This block is for your providers. That is okay. Where I will be writing it? I will be writing under this configuration options. Okay. I will be writing under this configuration option. So subscription ID. Okay. Subscription ID. So first, okay. If you come to this provider, I will tell you. See, once you have installed this extension of HashiCorp Terraform or Azure Terraform, right? Like that. So what I have done, I can see that particular populating under the provider. If I type SUB, see SUB I type, it is automatically populating it. So that is why I have asked you to install the extensions. Okay. So if I just select this subscription ID, subscription ID, subscription ID of the SPN, subscription ID of the SPN. How I can get the subscription ID of the SPN? Go to your Microsoft Entra ID. Under this app registrations, type your Terraform 1, all applications, Terraform 1. Yeah, this is my Terraform. I can open it. Okay, so I need to provide, guys, this SPN details in my script. Okay, I need to provide this as SPN details under my script. So what are the details I needed? First, I need the subscription ID. Subscription ID, how I can get it? Subscription ID of this particular subscription. Okay, so what I will do, I will copy this subscription ID and paste it over here. Understood? Got it? So this red mark which you're seeing, right? This red mark you are seeing, red, it is something error is coming, but we do not need to worry about that error. Okay, as of now, because I'm writing the code. So what I did, I have provided the first subscription ID. Now, next, what details I need to provide? Tenant ID. See, I just type TE, automatically it is populating. Enter. What is the tenant ID? Tenant ID I will be getting from my this particular SPN. In order to get the detail, you can come to the app registration, all application, just type Terraform 1. Okay. Select this Terraform 1, tenant ID. See, directory tenant ID, copy this tenant ID. Okay. And under the double quotes, Control V, paste it. Okay. Now, so I have given subscription ID. So this is how my Terraform will connect to my subscription, right? This is how. So subscription ID, tenant ID. Now, what next? Client. See, I have type only client. So here you can see that client ID. This is the client ID. Application ID is the client ID. I need to provide it. So I can copy this client ID from here and client ID. Client, see, I just took client ID, automatically it is populating. I will select client ID. Under the double quote, I will copy paste it. Okay. Next, one more thing you need to provide, that is client secret. The secret also, right? When we are logging into the username and portal, when I log into the Azure portal, I am providing username and password, correct? The same way, I am having some kind of secret for this SPN, which I need to provide it one. You do not need to provide again and again. It is hard coded in your script only. Okay. So how to create a secret of this SPN? Just go to scroll down. There is something called certificates and secrets. And here you can create the client secret. Just click how I can come. Go to your SPN, come to the certificate and secrets, come to this client secret, click on new client secret and just type secrets 01. Any name you can give it. Expired, let's suppose 24 months, but it depend upon, you always need to choose a expiry depending upon your project requirement of the SPN. So I am just selecting, let's suppose 3 months, whatever it is, and I'd click on add. So whatever the value you are getting of this particular client secret, just copy it. This is the value. You can copy paste it in the somewhere notepad for your safety. Okay. So what I will do, I will click on this and client secret. If you type client secret, so there. Okay. And so this is the way I have written what thing? Subscription ID where I have the access, tenant ID where I have created the SPN, client ID, client secret of that particular SPN. That's it. Okay. Anyone having any doubt till now? Yes or no? Got it? Or it is going as a bouncer? You're not getting anything. Quickly, honestly, honest answer. Is it clear? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes, you're getting everyone. Okay, so I'm just showing you how to connect it. If you correlate it, this is very simple how we can connect this thing. But now if you see guys, one thing, this is showing the red line. Might be some error. See, there is some error, right? That's why it is showing. So if I head over to this, what it is showing? Too few blocks specified for features. Okay, so what I will do, there is some features block is missing. So whenever you are writing a provider configuration, this file, there is some feature block, which we will understand later on. But what I will do, in order to remove this, I will type features, and you can see that the error has been gone. Understood? So what I told that if I remove this features, see, it is coming. But how I came to know there is some feature block missing? By just heading over. See, too few block is specified for future, at least one. So these are the features actually for this particular provider, Azure RM. So what I will do, I will hit enter and just FEA. See, it is automatically populating. You do not need to remember any code. You do not need to remember any code. So I just press enter and see automatically it is gone. Okay, so this is the way you can first you have defined the provider from where you want to connect it. Second, you are defining that how your SPN is being connecting to Azure portal, okay, or to the resources, to the subscription. Clear? Now, so if you have done this thing now, so our next step is, guys, oh okay, so this is the way I have done this thing. Now, if I go down, I have something that is called as, if you go to the again to this temporary file, directory file, documentation. Okay. So I will tell you how to get this documentation. If you first, we have gone through registry.terraform.io. I have clicked on this browse providers. Okay. I have clicked on this Azure. I have clicked on this documentation. Okay. Now, this documentation will provide you the various links of your resources. Let's suppose I want to deploy resource group. Just type resource group. Just type resource group, and you can see that they will give you the code to deploy the resource group. See, come to here, this Azure RM resource group, and go down. There is the example usage. Okay. Now you got it. How we are coming on this part? We are going to the, once again I am telling to you, go to registry.io, terraform.io, go to your respective providers, come to the Azure, come to this documentation. How you will start beginning the writing the code? Through this, copy this script. Okay. Then we have provided the detail under the provider section. Now, if you want to get some particular code for the particular resource group, come to this documentation, click on this documentation. And if you want to check for the resource group, so just type resource group. Okay. So here you can see Azure RM resource group. If you scroll it down, they will give. Okay. Now, so guys, this is very important. Okay. This is very important based upon your Terraform script. Okay. So now what I'm trying to say here is that whenever you are trying to deploy anything in Azure using Terraform, the first thing is your resource. You're writing, the first thing is a resource. Resource is an object of the Terraform. Resource is an object of the Terraform. Resource is an object of the Terraform. After your resource, you're writing something, your Azure RM, that is your provider name, underscore resource underscore group. So this block will go to the resource type. This block will go to the resource type. Okay. And this block will go to the resource name. Okay. Are you getting my point? first, this is the way I'm trying to write the code of the resource group. First is your resource, followed by we have the resource type. Resource type is nothing but you're getting from here. Okay. Now after that, your resource name. Your resource means reference of this resource. Okay, the name. And finally in the code, you're writing the configuration block arguments. Arguments means what are the values you are writing. Okay, let's do one thing. I will show you when you're trying to create the resource group. Okay, if you're trying to go here and if you try to create the resource group, first of all, when we are trying to create the resource group, what we are doing from the portal, I can click on this create. Okay, I will select my subscription. I will select my RG002 or 23, any name I am giving to my resource group, and Central US. Okay, rest all these options I am leaving it as it is, and I can click on create. Okay, this is the normal way of creating the resource group from the Azure portal. Yes or no? Clear? RG0023, this is the normal way you're creating the resource group from the Azure portal. Yes or no, guys? Come on. This you know, right? How to create the resource group from the Azure portal. Correct? Now, if I want to create the same resource group using Terraform, so this is the code. Resource, space resource type, and the name, and the argument, which name you are passing it. Okay? So what I will do, I will copy this and go to my editor, and after the provider section, I will copy paste it. After the provider section, I will copy paste it. Understood? So resource space Azure RM resource group space, you can give any name, RG001. Okay. And here you can say Terraform RG, any name I am giving. Okay. And which region it is? West Europe. Any region you can select it. Okay. So I have created West Europe. So guys, what I have done, I have just copy paste this particular example usage under this particular block. Okay. And this is the argument. Argument means whatever you're writing inside the this quotation under the bracket you're writing, that is called as arguments. Okay, so you can have the location name. So you can see that what are the parameter required. Location is required, name is required, manage by is optional, tags are optional, right? So you can learn. You do not need to remember anything. That's what I'm trying to say. If you understand it, it is very simple how to deploy it. Okay, so now if you see that our code has been ready for the deployment. Now guys, tell me, anyone having any doubt till now? Yes or no? Are we good? Come on.
Yes, yes, yes.
Any,
Good.
got it?
Yes, sir.
So this is very simple. Anyone having any that is finding it trivial to write the code? No, right? It is very simple. First, I have gone through the provider. Under the provider Azure RM, I have defined my subscription ID, tenant ID, client secret, and after that, I have defined the block. That's it. Now you have written the code. Now how to open the, but I need to deploy this code into this means I need to run this code, right? Then only it will deploy the resource group, right, in the Azure portal. So for that, I need to open a terminal window. Just click on this terminal and click on new terminal. Okay, I need to open this terminal and click on this new terminal. Okay, see, always remember that you are under this same directory where you have means created your main.tf file. Okay, now, so guys, whenever you are writing a code in the Terraform, it is having certain stages. First, you are writing the code, then you are, once your code has been typed, then you are running terraform.init command. After that, you are typing terraform plan command. And third, you are typing Terraform apply command. That's it. This is all about the Terraform only. If you understand these sequence, rest, nothing is required. Are you getting my point? So what I'm saying that first you are writing the code. We have written the code, that is done, completed. Second is this phase, Terraform init. Terraform init will initialize all the provider. It will look for the provider what you are running. Are you getting? I am using Azure RM provider. Okay. Once you run this command Terraform init, it will initialize all the initialize all the plugins for this Azure RM provider. Okay. Second, you are typing this command Terraform plan. Terraform plan, what you are writing in the Terraform plan, this particular Terraform provider will going and checking your subscription whether these resources are present or not. If it is not present, then with the help of Terraform apply command, you can deploy it. Okay, I will show you one by one, then you will get it more. Okay, see here. This is my code I have written and I am into my directory. What first command I will run it? Just you can maximize this panel. What means if you downgrade it, like it will come like this. If you click on the up arrow, it will go like this. Okay, Terraform, Terraform space init. Init means initialize. You are saying the Terraform in editor, or you are saying the Terraform to initialize the command so that it will install all the plugins or to it for this Azure RM. So Terraform space init, I hit enter. So it will initialize Terraform. The Terraform is not recognized. Okay, I can see that it has been deployed under this. Just give me a minute. I guess it is the same directory. C.terraform.
Question. Have you
Yeah.
changed? Have you done the what do you say? If it's not
Mhm.
found, have you installed the .exe file to this particular folder?
Yes, yes. It is installed actually.
And after that, have you? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
There is something
Yeah.
called as an environment variable. Have you set
Uh,
the environment variable?
yes. Environment. Thank you. Sudhir bhai. Okay. So what I need to do actually, one thing we need to do it is the environment variable setup. Okay. So how to set up the environment variable? We can set up the environment variable by going into the control panel. Okay. That is also important. So we can go to the system settings, and if you come here under this system, okay, and if you go here into the advanced system settings, click on this environment variable and go to this path, okay, and you can set up the environment variable. Okay, why we need to set up this environment variable? Because it will have all those files of your Terraform, so it will be particularly locating to the library files of the Terraform where you have installed it, everything just like that. Okay, so under the path you need to install this Terraform directory. Okay, click on OK. Okay, close. Yeah, so now clear screen, and again if you run the press the up arrow. So I need to, Terraform was not found, current location, but it's there. Let me just refresh it. Just give me a minute.
Ideally, you
And
don't need to refresh it, brother.
yeah, okay. I need to save it actually. One second. Just save this file also.
Why don't you put as dot slash
Mhm.
./terraform.exe space inet.
Yeah, I already put it that time. Okay, let me try Terraform exe.
Space.
Yeah, it's here. It's here. Yeah.
/tabit space inet.
Yeah, perfect. So it is working now. I believe that time the library files wouldn't have been loaded, right? So that can be
Could-
the cause.
It
Yeah.
could be the cause. Uh, that's
Yeah.
ideally /terraform.exe. You don't have to do it until unless the file at the backend is not being done properly.
Sync, yeah, sync. So maybe we just now added the environment variable, right? So it will have taken time. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for that. Yeah. So you can see that, guys, it has been installed the plugin. See, terraform.init command we have done, and if you see here, uh, this has been installed the plugin of 3.99 of our installing HashiCorp/Azure RM and HashiCorp/Azure RM signed by HashiCorp, right? So this is our one thing which we have done. Okay. Now, if you run Terraform plan, okay, if you run Terraform plan, so Terraform plan, what it will do, it will look to your subscription and it will ready a plan which you need to deploy. Okay, so I will type first Terraform plan command and hit enter, and I will tell you what it is supposed to. See, as soon as you click on this Terraform plan, you can see that it will show you the plan which is going to be created. Okay, so Azure RM resource group .rg001 will be created. So it will not create the resources, okay, but it will tell you that what is going to be created. Okay, so here you can see that plus option is there and plan one to add. This is all which is going to be added, which is going to be created. Okay, got it? So if you type here Terraform plan, so this will say that. So basically, guys, what I'm trying to say here, it will say you that Terraform use the selected provider to generate the following execution plan. Resource actions are indicated with the following symbols. That is plus create. Means if it is plus, it is getting created. If it is minus, it is getting destroyed. Okay. So what it will do, it will create this resource group. So if I type Terraform now, if in order to create the resources, if you type Terraform apply, okay, and if you hit enter, it will start creating your particular resource group under the portal. You can see that. You can see if I see Terraform apply, Terraform use the selected provider create, and if you type you want to give a value, enter a value. If you want to give a value, that is only accepted as yes. Okay, if you type yes, and it will start creating your resource group. You can see Azure RM resource group is creating. See, it is created. Apply complete, one resource has been added. So if you go to your resource Azure portal, if you go to the resource groups, okay, refresh it, you can see that this is my resource group name, right? What is my resource group name? Just a minute.
RG01, right? 001.
Yes. No, Terraform RG.
RG001.
Now, RG001 is a reference name of this resource within this Terraform script. Your resource will be
Okay.
always be created under using this Terraform RG. Okay.
Oh,
So this
okay.
yeah.
Can I add one more point over here?
Yeah.
Sorry to
Yes,
interrupt.
yes.
I'm not sure who asked this question, but actually you're right. The RG001, as Rajat said, it's a reference point. Now,
Yes,
for
yes.
example, you're writing a new code under the main.tf itself. If you write one more code that is for storage account, we'll be referencing that to the storage account.
Yeah. So basically, this RG001 is a reference name of this Azure RM resource group. Okay. For this particular inside this particular script only. Okay. But your actual resource will be always be created with the argument value which you are passing here, Terraform RG. So if you go here in the
Okay.
portal, if you refresh it, see my Terraform RG is created. Understood? So this is how
Yes,
it is
got it.
being created. Got it? Yeah. So this is how we can create our resource group. Okay, but I wanted to show you one more thing, which is very interesting. Let's suppose I will create one more resource group Okay, that is with made easy RG001. Okay, and under central US. Okay, it is very interesting to know this fact actually. What I will do, I will be creating this particular resource group under this validation pass, and it is validating it. Okay, so you can see that my sorry, this one, yeah, made easy RG001 is there. Okay, now let's suppose you have created this resource group manually. You have created this resource group manually, and your developers are again creating this resource group with Terraform script. Okay, so if I down it and if I place this value with made easy RG001 under the same location also same, that is central US, I will update this value as central US. Okay, and I will save this file. Got it? I will save this file. Now, once I save this file, my resource group is already created. So if I just run Terraform plan, so what do you think? It will create a new resource group with the same name? Yes or no? So if you see here, what it is happening actually, see, when you are when you're typing this Terraform plan command, it will create a plan and it will save it in their directory that what will the plan earlier. So let's suppose like this. Earlier, what I created a particular RG001. See, if I zoom it, yeah. Earlier I created this RG001 that was present, and that was in central US. Correct. But what I did, I have gone to this portal and manually edit these two settings. So what Terraform will say that first I will remove that previous resource group and then I will create the new resource group. Are you getting my point? Means what I'm saying that I have earlier given it as RG001 and Central US, whatever it is. Sorry, West Europe. So, but now I have changed this particular values from here. And now what I am doing, I am trying to run a Terraform plan command, right? So it will look for the previous state, what were the values and what they have created. Okay, what were the state of the values in the plan. So there it was RG001. There it was RG001 and with this West Europe value. Now West Europe will be replaced with Central US, okay, and your RG001 will be replaced with made easy resource group. So first it will delete this RG001 and then it will create this made easy RG001. Is it clear, guys? Understood? Yes or no? So it will track the
Yes.
plan actually. So if you type Terraform apply, it will delete the previous resource group and it will create the new resource group. Yes, enter a value. Yes. So you can see that first it will see destroying. It is destroying that RG001. Understood? And now it will create that. Okay. So once it is destroyed, then it will start creating it. Till destroying. See? So this is how you can manage your infrastructure with a code that is called IAC, infrastructure as a code. It's still deleting it. So it will delete it. It will replace it with a new resource group. So this is how we. It will take some time, I believe. So let it be deleted. So this is all we have wanted to discuss in this today's part. That is your declarative language, how it is written. You have seen how we can write the code for the resource group and how we can do it. And these are the various plans: init, plan, and apply. Okay. So moreover, we will discuss more in our next classes onwards. So we are used to describe about and we used to create the resources. That is the resource is the main block. Okay. Whatever the block you have seen here, this is the main block. Okay, needs to be imported. Please see the resource deployment. Okay, so it will take some more time to deploy it. You can see it is destruction complete and it is creating it. It will take some time to get it deployed. But what I was saying that this particular resource which we are creating, okay, so this is a main block which we need to define it and followed by the resource type and followed by the resource name. Resource name is the reference name which is providing in the Terraform file, and but the actual resource which you are creating is always created with the argument what you are passing. Okay, so this is about the file part. We have also seen how to install the Terraform. Okay, we have also installed, but setting we need to set up the environment variables also. That is important. Okay, you see, and these are the various links which we can, which I have told you how to download it, how to add the extensions, followed by the Terraform workflow. So I have write the code, I have planned the things, I have written the Terraform apply, and followed by the providers and the configuration files we have seen it. Okay. So those things are there. So creation of free account, you already know how to create it, the free trial account by going into this portal. If you have the, so just type create Azure free trial account. Okay, you can create a one for you by going into this particular link, and you can click on start free and you can start using these services of Azure. But in order to connect our Terraform with the AD, we need an SPM. That's why I have used it to create it. Okay. So finally, I have also shown you how to connect your Azure with Terraform by using the SPM. And finally, we have deployed the resource group with Terraform. So this is all about the things which we wanted to discuss in the today's class. Okay. So anyone having any doubt, any concern, they can reach out to us. Or yeah, I guess we are good.